Patty last week. Remember him?
How's he doing?
He's alright. He's in he's at Phoenix with Bashir.
Yeah, I haven't heard from Bash in a long time.
It's because he went home and then he comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed in that. And oh dang, I don't think I told you this either. I talked to Tennessee.
Oh, you told me.
I did?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember when the last time I talked to you was. What'd you say?
What happened to Bash? You got no time?
I didn't tell you what happened? He he was out for like 7 months and he caught an assault on a police officer charge. He took a plea deal for I think like a 2 to 5 or something, or 1 to 5. But you know he has 10 years back time. And you know what they're gonna do to him.
Max's old number flipped to the new.
He's definitely gonna max one of those numbers. They're probably gonna max this number because he's I guess he would be serving his new sentence. God, I forgot.
Nah, he'll be serving his old sentence. He would have to serve his old sentence before he flips over to his new sentence.
I don't think that's how. I remember somebody saying, as soon as I'm done with my parole hit, I gotta start my next sentence.
Yeah, when he's done with his parole, everybody's still gotta make parole. You gotta make parole to the new number.
No, he wouldn't get a new number technically, because if his max on his old number is 10 years. His new sentence is only like at the most 5 years max. Like it's like 2 to 5 maybe.
And he's not gonna start that time. My old silly Roman, he caught a simple assault. Now mind you, he's in here for murder and assaults and shit like that. So they made him max out his last 10 years before they flipped him to the new number, and then they maxed him out on that 1 to 2. Yeah. Like, I thought they were going to aggregate and run them together and let them go on his middle, but they didn't. They made him jump to the new number.
You remember what they did to Kilo, my wine celly? Actually, it was during COVID. We overturned his new case. You know, he went home and then came right back after like 5 months. And with the new charge of beating up a witness in somebody else's case. But the witness didn't testify at the preliminary hearing, a cop did. And when I filed, it was during COVID, and he was like, "Can you do an appeal for me?" I said, "Man, you don't got nothing to appeal. You're guilty." He says, "Yeah, man, but you can do something." I was typing out football tickets for Flacco at the time, and Kilo said, "I'll type out your tickets for you if you type up a piece or an appeal for me." I said, "All right." And a case had just came out after I filed his PCRA, Commonwealth versus McClellan. And it says that an officer can't testify at a preliminary hearing. Hearsay cannot be used at a preliminary to establish the prima facie. So they overturned his sentence. But parole, now he was going to do a parole hit because of that new case. When he beat that case, he was supposed to appeal his parole hit. But he didn't know that, and he went to the hole. So when he comes out of the hole, it's already like 90 days past, the time. And he says, "Man, shouldn't I have gone home?" I said, "Yeah, but you have to appeal that. You have to tell parole, listen, I beat my charges, send me home." And he's like, "Oh man, help me do that, man." I said, all right, meet me in the law library. That's where I seen him. I said, meet me over here in the law library again next Saturday. Next Saturday comes, I hear he's back in the hole. So he ends up maxing that sentence out. So he does probably about 2.5 years that he should never have done.
That's what happens when you think you're smarter than you are.
What's new in there, Joe?
They changed the menu back to how it used to be. That's about it. More crap.
More.
Food is horrible. You know that didn't change. But I can't complain. I eat mostly vegetables and eggs. That's it.
I was talking to my friend in the county jail, this girl, and I have another a guy friend there too, and I was telling him, don't plead out, and his public defender made him waive his preliminary hearing, and I told him, don't waive anything. They're going to try to get you to waive a preliminary hearing and a Rule 600. Do not waive those. Those are critical. And he's like, all right, well, I think I waived one of them. I said, all right, well, we're going to try to get those back. I'll do a motion for you requesting your preliminary hearing rights back, because that's where you can beat your whole case. He was supposed to call me back, but he never did, and he ends up taking a plea deal. I don't know what happened, but she's the one who told me she's seen him at court. These dudes are soft, man.
They get scared when they hear 5 or 10 years. They're like, ah!
Yeah.
They don't realize you can take them to court again and get that shit dropped down.
You want to tell us how death row was?
Yeah.
Break it down, man.
Write it down?
Break it down. You went to, so you were sentenced to death. What year?
That was 2001. I got sentenced to death, and my home jail was supposed to be Graterford. So they sent me down there. I made it in Graterford. Mind you, I came from Florida. They brought me extradited from Florida on murder charges. I went to court, got sentenced. I get there, and I get a write-up not even an hour into Graterford. So they straight me out 8 different times, put me on a bus, and sent me to Caviota, sent me to Greene County, because I presented an unusual escape risk, they said.
Why did they move you from Graterford's death row to Greene?
Because I can open those sliding doors, the bars, I know how to open. I knocked down my there's 3 aggravated circumstances: murder, torture, drug sales. I proved in the drug sales that was all hearsay brought up by the DA and other people, because no one ever said I sold drugs, but I did.
So what they needed like a trifecta for death?
Yeah.
I thought it's not like a double.
3 aggravating circumstances.
Yeah.
To get convicted of death.
Like,
and I met that criteria at the time.
Because of the torture and the drugs.
They said I sold drugs even though there was no evidence to it.
They coupled it together to sentence you to death.
Yeah.
See, I always thought, like, if somebody is robbing a person and they shoot and kill them, that's robbery and murder. Couldn't that be punishable by death?
Yeah, it's called a murder and commission of a felony. That's how you can get the death penalty. That covers all 3 rounds.
Yeah.
The only one that does it quicker is if you kill a police officer. That's an automatic death sentence.
What was death row like? Was that like a 23-hour lockdown?
When I was there, it was 23 and 1. You got to sign up for the law library and 45 minutes in the yard. You can sign up someone in the cage with you, as long as they agree to it. It was clean, wasn't quiet because you had the death row inmates that was working, but I had a neighbor that his name was Holland. All he did was make noise all the time. And call everyone and he used to make me laugh all the time. After he was done calling me and all that, he'd be like, you want my train? Got a candy bar? I used to give him candy bars. You know, I knew he was crazy. I couldn't stay mad at him.
It's funny hearing you call somebody crazy. I remember, when I was at Graterford, I could see the death row block. I was in the hole for a little bit there, and the death row block is like right next door, and it was the yard. Your yard was those kennels, right? Like, did you have to go outside to get into them, or did you have the door inside your cell?
At Green, we have to walk to them. But we had our own separate block. We had it was called L block. Not L block as in the bucket, but L block death row. We had our own kitchen and sent us our food at Green. In our own little yard and our own little dog fence around our block.
Alright. I mean, that sounds cool, right?
It's alright, it was clean.
But you never got to go, like, inside the jail, right? Like, you had to stay on the death row block, which was, like, what was that, like I or something?
No, it was L block. It was called L block, the letter L.
Oh, that's the hole now.
No.
You're saying it's still death row? Well, it's closed now, but when it was...
I'm going to tell you the whole block. The whole blocks are H-I-F and G block. Those are the whole blocks. L block is the death row block, the letter L. There's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, and K. Those are the blocks in green. And L. Now it's a whole block.
It's what?
Now L block is part of the whole, part of F block, H block, I block, and G block.
Green is the only place that has the death row? A death row?
No, Green just held us. Rockview's where they kill us. It has its own death chamber and 6 cells. Like right now, they're holding everyone just about. There's a couple guys in Smithfield, a couple guys in another job, I forgot which one, and the rest are in Phoenix. And the round population, all it takes is one death row inmate to crack someone's head, and they're all gonna be locked down again.
Yeah.
And it's a big lawsuit against the state.
So, Rockview has death row inmates just out with the regular inmates?
The regular inmates are outside. Death row, the death chamber and the block is separate. I think it's only got 6 cells and 3 cells. That's separate from the rest of the population.
So why would they move somebody to Rockview? Does that mean like they're getting closer to being put to death?
Yeah, because we go by phases. I think phase 3 was the final phase where you get moved within a execution date.
Did you have an execution date?
Nah, I kept going to court. Filing papers with me and my attorney. I stayed on my attorney's head.
I will say this. If I were to ever live a life of crime again and I were to get sentenced, I would want to be sentenced to death because that's a mandatory appeal and you get 2 lawyers and they're pretty good because they have to be death row qualified.
No, they don't.
They what?
They're both, you get 2 lawyers, not good lawyers, you get 2 idiots. One of them is a death penalty qualified idiot, that's it. The other moron isn't. That's why I choked the shit out of one of them, tried to break that fucking neck. But they're fucking morons. They don't listen to you, they tell you, oh, no, I'm gonna do it this way. No, you're gonna do it my way. If you do it my way, there's no fucking need to fucking put it in effective. But the motherfuckers don't listen, they think they know more. I read more than you motherfuckers. That's, oh my God. Yeah.
But they got you.
I haven't taken my sight meds yet.
But they got you off of death row. That's a.
No one, I got me off of death row telling that one motherfucker what to put in. He wanted to stick around, be my appeals attorney, all right, pussy, this is what you put in. He didn't do it. I used what he used to get off death row, which proved that everything that was said about me selling drugs was hearsay. He didn't do that. He didn't do no legwork. I don't even think he had a paralegal. The guy was terrified of me. He wouldn't sit next to me anymore. Because he's a moron.
That's when you're on death row. It's basically you're in solitary confinement. You have a lot of extra time to like read and study. Like that's sort of like how I lived my life in prison. Was like I isolated myself so I could read and study. But the dudes who come off of death row, they seem really educated because they are educating themselves.
Not all of them.
Not you?
Oh, no. What do you mean now, man? I speak more languages than you. You only speak English and you barely speak that.
How many books would you say you read back there on death row?
I was back there with 128 guys that were on L block alone. G block had the other half. Half of G block was full of death row inmates. I don't know how many back there.
Well, all right, that's.
We had like over 200.
You know, I never really even like took the time to look this stuff up, Joe. That's a lot of people on death row.
That's not counting females.
Do you know how many females are on death row, or at least about?
There used to be 3. I don't know about now. I'm going back from 2005, 20 years ago.
Huh. I never looked that up.
Yeah, the next governor is going to implement death penalty again. It's going to be a Republican. We need this. Some of those motherfuckers deserve to die. I read some of those cases. They pissed me off. For example, we had one guy, I'm not going to say who the other inmate was, but we had a banger on death row, a nice steel banger. And we found out that George Lopez, the real name, George Lopez, on death row, was snitching on shit right there in Philly and I'm in there. So they appointed me, to bang him out. I was trying to get him to sign up in the cage, but he wouldn't. So then I tried to get him to sign up in the cage with someone else I knew. So he just holding up to the cage, and I was gonna shish kebab him. Motherfucker knew what we were up to, wouldn't do it. But yeah, he's a scumbag. Cause not just that, you got a bunch of child killers. They're fucking crying there now. I used to yell at one guy, man, shut the fuck up. You didn't want to die, motherfucker. You should have killed the kid, you fuckface. Like, shit like that gets me mad. We had one guy that really scared me. Not the serial killers, because they're just retarded. This fucking guy, every time I looked in his face when we were in the cages, this guy had no soul, bro. I read his case, I'm like, oh my god, this guy killed an old lady who tortured her for the fun of it. Like, I was hoping he would have gotten executed. They didn't, these motherfuckers.
You don't remember his name?
Nah. But if I saw his face, I'd remember him. Can't forget that face. Like, he's the only person I was scared of. Like, whoa, what the fuck? This guy got no soul.
I mean, we laugh, but it is serious, Joe.
Oh, I know. I wanted to kill him too. If they would put him in a cage with me, I would have shish kebabbed him.
When was the last time we killed somebody? You remember that?
It was in '98.
Wow.
98.
It's like, what's the point? Why do we even have it then?
Oh, you mean last time they executed the serial killer, 99, Gary Jaime. But that's because in '98 he signed waivers to waive all his appeals and get executed. He had a church down there in Philly. He was a psychopath.
So basically, if they sentence you to death now, you don't go to death, but you go basically to the hole. You go to solitary confinement, which is...
You're in GP now. There is no death sentence. There's a moratorium right now. That's why I said the new governor's going to have to implement it again. The moratorium is only temporary till he leaves office. The lieutenant governor can sign warrants right now if he wanted to.
No, Davis.
Yeah. There's a bunch that should die.
But all those people who are on death row are just basically in solitary confinement.
Yeah, but not no more. Last couple years, they've been in population. Yeah, they're in population. Most of them are in Phoenix. If I was to go to Phoenix, they put me on the same block as them because I'm an ex-death row inmate, and I wouldn't want that. Because there's a whole bunch of them I don't like.
I remember you.
It'd be a very big problem.
Huh.
Yeah. And I don't see why they even do that. They try to put you on the same block as them. I'm not on the death row anymore. That's why I never go to Phoenix.
Well,
they're gonna want me to kill some people.
You know as well as I do, it's a matter of your custody level. And are you still in H code?
No, I got rid of that. Barry Smith.
So he did do one thing right. He got Joe off of H code.
I think that was a poke in the eye to the DOC.
Man, I remember on A block you having to move every 90 days, and your celly moving all this stuff. God, that had to have been a headache.
Man, that was shitty. I've been doing that since 2005 till 2000. When the fuck did Barry Shrimp get walked out? The same when you got walked out, that's when he did it. They forced his retirement. Almost 19 years.
So for 19 years, you had to move cells, change cells every 90 days.
Yeah, I didn't mind it when I was Z-code because I moved like that. But then when you got someone in there to move, oh my God, that's a headache. Because I don't want to tell them how much of an idiot they are without acting in advance.
Yeah, I remember somebody wanted me to sell up with him who was an H code, and I said there is no way because I have too much stuff.
We were on AA?
Yeah. How long were you a Z code for?
From 2001 to 2010.
I wish they still.
I can get it back, but I don't want to hurt nobody.
Well, that's good. I don't want you to hurt anybody either. You're you're progressing, Joe.
No, that's mood modifying pharmaceuticals. Which I gotta go and take in a little while because I missed the first call.
So, H code. What else do you have to do on H code besides move every 90 days?
You're only allowed certain jobs because you can't get certain jobs because of the high risk that you present, and you're on the escape because the H code ain't what made me move around. The H code just means you're high risk. It was being on an ERL, escape risk list. That's what gets you moved. That was on that list.
I thought.
Someone cut the fence and they said I did it.
I thought that was like the only reason why you'd be on H code is like if you were an escape risk, because why else move you every 90 days? The reason was because if you were tunneling out or planning, your escape, they would sort of foil your plot if they move you.
Yeah, they do, but it's dumb. If you're an escape risk list moving and you're not doing them, what you do is you go in a cell and check it every fucking 7 days. Boom, boom, boom. And what am I to tell them? They know more.
What custody level are you now, Joe? A 3 or 4?
I'm a 3.
That's good.
First time I've ever been a 3 in 20. The whole time I've been locked up.
Are they still letting lifers go to the honor block?
What honor block?
Remember Frog? He went over to the honor block.
You're talking about K block.
Yeah.
That's not an honor block. That's for guys that work outside, guys with 2 R's, and guys that work in the CI shop. Yeah, they still got lifers over there.
Well, where's the honor block?
There is no honor block.
That's the honor block, man.
Trust me, there ain't no honor. It's either that or G block. G block, more than half the vets are fucking pedophiles over there. That shit pisses me off.
Is that still the veterans block?
Yeah. That and the dogs.
The dogs, and that's just happens to be where all the pedophiles go, at least a lot of them.
There's a lot. They gotta keep the dogs away from them.
I remember reading the guy whose position I was supposed to take, teaching the PCRA class. I'm not going to say his name, but I read his case, he developed feelings for this 14-year-old girl, and I think he was like 45 or something. And he and a lot of them like don't think it's wrong if it's consensual, even though the girls will be 12, 13, 14. They don't think that they committed a crime, and it just disgusts me.
That's because they have a mental issue in their brain. They got a worm eats in their brain, takes away their reasoning, and they don't realize those are little kids that have no reasoning.
I heard they walked out the dude who worked in the gym.
Oh man, how'd you hear that?
I know people, man.
Yeah, he got taken under.
What happened?
Well, allegedly, the dude that works here was bringing him some stuff.
Him?
Yeah, that's what I said. That's why I think there was a third party involved.
It's a conspiracy.
No, ain't no conspiracy. He just got a bunch of morons got caught up and someone told them. That's why I tell them violence is the best way to control all these snitches. But yeah. There's a couple that got punched out this week on the block.
And that's right from Death Row Joe.
Not for me. I don't do nothing. All I do is watch TV.
This will be called Advice from Death Row Joe. I did enjoy our walks though in the morning.
Yeah.
We had some good conversations.
They're educational.
What'd you guys have for lunch and dinner today? What's today?
Lunch was pizza with noodles. That one I don't mind. And for dinner today, that ground barbecue.